All right. You know what time it is. It is time to come on in the room. Let me know that you are there. So say hi, hello, hey. Come on in here so that we can get talking about what we're going to be talking about today. And that is the fourth part to the 5 ways to manage your mindset. And today's topic, we will be talking about enlarging your territory and 3 ways you must know in order to be there and get there successfully. So we are going to talk about that right after this message. All right. So hold on, child. So I am so excited. Thank y'all so much for being with me today. I see you. Go ahead and tell me hi, hello, hey, so that I know that you are here. And don't forget, for those who are following me on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I love seeing your comments. I always go back and just comment right back to you. So I would definitely like to know if you enjoyed it, if there's something that you want to see on the show. But today we're going to be talking about this enlarging your territory, because some of you need to know about this today. So, I always like to give you something foundational so that we can kind of talk about that. And so for today, our foundational topic for today's topic is First Chronicles 4:10. So that is Jabez cried out to the God of Israel, saying, "Oh, that you would indeed bless me and enlarge my border, my property, and your hand would be with me." Right? And some of you are crying and saying, God, I want you to bless me. I see you blessing Madonna. I see you blessing sister so-and-so or brother so-and-so or this person or that person. And you're crying out to the God of Israel. And you don't realize that everything that you see is also available for you. It's available for you right now. And so I am so excited that we're going to be talking about these 3 ways for you to enlarge your territory right now, right? So I want you to be reminded that this is part 4 to 5 ways to manage your mindset. And today we're talking about enlarging your territory. So just to recap just a little bit, one of the things that I would definitely want you to know is that I want you to remember that in part 1, we talked about thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. And then I kind of added on to maybe part 2 and part 3 that your mind is your territory. This is your territory. So I want you to remember that when we're talking about today, enlarging your territory, it starts right here in your mind. It starts right here in your mind. So I want you to remember that. But the first step to enlarging your territory, drum roll, please. You must know what you want. You must know what you want. A lot of times you're in here. Hey, Rebecca, I see you, child. A lot of times we see other people with things, but you don't know what it is that you want. And you're looking at a whole lot of things, but you haven't defined what it is that you want. And so I want to challenge you this week to write down what it is that you want. We already know Habakkuk 2:2 says to write the vision and make it plain, but you're not even writing the vision. You haven't written down and said, okay, I want this. Or here's what you say. Here's what you say. I'm going to just go ahead and throw this out here for free. You'll say, I want a lot of money. Well, what's a lot of money? Is that $5 extra? $50? $100? You need to say, I want, and say exactly what it is that you want. And some of you, I know that's going to be challenging. You just like, I I don't feel comfortable writing that down. But I want to challenge you to not only write it down, but write it down until you get comfortable with it. I would love to see a 1 in the chat box. If you have ever been in class and your teacher said, I want you to go to the board, and because you're chewing gum and I don't want you to chew gum anymore, go to the board and write, I will not chew gum, or I will not sleep in class. I don't know if y'all ever had to do lines, but put it 1 in the chat if you've ever had to do lines. Or if you're a teacher and you told your students to write out 100 times, I will not do this, I will not do that, I will not do that. Well, this is the same type of thing that I want you to do. I want you to get so comfortable with what it is that you want that you're helping program your mind to get what you want. Because now that you know what you want, you'll start looking for different things in your space. And you'll be like, man, that's a coincidence. This person came and talked to me about such and such. It's not a coincidence. The reason why it's happening is because now you know what you want. Thank you, Queen. I see that one, child. I know that was me. I know that was me. Okay, like I probably had to write lines like every week. Okay, I'm going to just tell you these facts. But I want you to write it down. So like every night I have like my notebook and I have in my pen and I am saying, okay, I am bringing to my remembrance things that I want to remember and things that I want to have. You must know what you want. So I know number 2 is going to be a little bit challenging for some of you because y'all want to be like so bad in these streets. Okay. But number 2 to enlarging your territory is to say no. Now, for those of you who are joining me live, and for those of you who are on replay, please put hashtag replay. But for those of you who are live, I want you as a challenge to just put in the chat, no. I want you to say no, because by you saying no to good opportunities, it's expanding you and opening the door for great opportunities. We're not just looking for, oh, well, that person likes me, so I'm gonna just tell her yes. We're not doing that anymore because the number one thing that you know is you know what you want. So when any opportunity comes and it's going to seem like it's good, it's not the great opportunity that you've been waiting for. So you need to open yourself up and be ready and waiting for the exact thing that you specified that you wanted. You know, I had this conversation with my son the other day, and, you know, he was like, well, Mom, I just want to eat. I was like, well, what exactly do you want? They have cereal in the kitchen. You can go and fix that. I said, but when you get older and you're just like, oh, God, give me a house, and God gives you a shack, are you going to be mad? And some of y'all would be mad. Put a yes in the comment if you're just like, MaDonna, I would be mad if I told God I wanted a house and he gave me a shack. Because here's the thing. Like I said, for number 1, you must know what you want. So if you wanted a 3-bedroom home and not just a tent out back in the back of somebody's house, then you should have specified that. And a lot of times we get mad about what we have, but you wasn't specific in saying this is exactly what it is that I want. And that goes with your career. It goes with things that happens in your marriage. You are not getting what you want, and you're having all these unmet expectations because you didn't specify this is what you want. And so now you're just saying yes to everything because you didn't really know the first thing, which is what you wanted. And then the second reason why you're not getting is because you're saying yes to everybody and to every opportunity. But all those different opportunities is not for you. So just hold on and say no. And here's the other thing. A lot of times when you know what you want, you can say no to all these different books, audio books, YouTube videos, all of these different things because number 1, you know specifically, I need to focus in and listen to this particular thing, because listening to this or reading this particular book is going to propel me and get me closer to the number one thing that I want. That's what I want for you. Learn to say no. Learn to say no. Put a no in the chat, because I just want to stretch you just a little bit. I want you to start practicing saying no to good opportunities and be ready to say yes to the thing that you want. So, number 3, you got to make room for the thing that you want. Some of you are not doing this. I was talking to a client this week, and she's like, I want to get clients. I want to do this, that, and the third. And then I said, okay, let's pull out your planner and let's look at your calendar. Where are you going to put them? Some of y'all saying, I want to lose weight. But when you look at your planner, did you even make room for that? Some of you, I even want a husband, okay? Did you make room for him? Did you make room? Because when I look at your planner and I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, well, let's map it out. Let's create a strategy for whatever it is that you desire. I look at y'all schedule. Y'all have not made room for the thing that you say that you want. You have to actually go in there. So, for instance, when I said I want to be able to be 140 pounds, child, let me just tell you how much I wanted to, where I wanted to be at, okay? That was what I was declaring. So I had to look at my calendar. I'm like, where can I put time to where I can actually work out? Now, of course, I walk every day, 30 minutes. But I said I needed to do a little extra because I needed to get to these 140 pounds. So I looked at my calendar and I said, okay, 6 a.m., will that work for me? Yes. I wrote it down. Okay, 6 a.m. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work out. I didn't just say that. I pulled my clothes out. And so for some of you, you just need to schedule it in and say, okay, at this time, no matter what, I'm going to do it. And even if for the first week you decide, I'm going to just put the clothes on, even if I don't go anywhere, because you just have to start priming your mind to get you to where it is. And because some of you, once you put the clothes on, you're just like, man, I got the clothes on. I might as well go ahead on and do this. And that's what you have to do, even for the other things that you want, whether it's a spouse, whether you want to start your own business. Okay, you want to start your own business. Where do you have time in your schedule right now to make room for the thing that you want? Because I know some of you, you're just like looking through your phone. It's just like, well, I don't have time. Well, I mean, you done took 5 hours, watching Netflix, 2 hours on social media. You could have spent that time building out a business plan, trying to come up with a name, come up with a brand voice, come up with your color scheme for your brand. You could have done so many things, but you have to make that time. You have to set the time. So I want to challenge you again this week, whatever it is that you want. You don't have to tell me. Whatever it is that you want, write it down. Put it in your calendar. Put it on your phone calendar and say that this particular time, every day, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read more about that particular thing because I want to expand my knowledge in that particular area or whatever it is that you want. So I am going to leave you with this. I am going to leave you with this because I really saw this by Neville Goddard, and I was just like, this is powerful. We're going to bring this into the room. And it says, if you assume success and persist in that assumption, you cannot fail. And that's what I want you to know. If you assume success, because all of this right here is helping you to be able to expand your territory. If you assume that you can have the thing that you said that you wanted and start saying no to the things that you don't want, you're going to have it. You cannot fail. You cannot fail. So that was one of the things that I wanted you to know. The other thing that I wanted you to know was the future depends on what you do today. Now, I have given you a challenge to write it down, exactly what it is that you want, learn to say no, and to make room for it on your calendar. Look at your calendar and be honest with yourself. This is where I can put this new person that I would like to have in my life, this new business, or whatever opportunities that you're looking for. You need to make a space for it. But it all depends on what you do today. So you coming here, it's just like, well, MaDonna, this was a good chat, but I really want to see you win. I really want to see you win. So that's really all for me. I do want to encourage you that, if you ever have missed one of these lives, that you can always go back to my YouTube channel, MaDonna.INcourage, and definitely subscribe, like, and comment. And I definitely wanted to just leave this one thought with you, which I will always leave with you from now going forward. Don't just tolerate your life. Enjoy your life. And that's all I have for you today. Peace and be blessed.